In A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, the most important power in Westeros isn't fire, steel, or prophecy, it's memory. This story takes place during one of the most fragile periods of Targaryen rule, a time when the dragons are gone, the magic has faded, and the dynasty is surviving on reputation alone. Nearly a century before Game of Thrones, the Targaryens still sit the Iron Throne, but their authority no longer comes from fear of annihilation. It comes from the echo of what they once were. Everyone remembers the dragons. Everyone remembers conquest, and that memory is doing the work that fire once did. This is what makes the era of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms so politically tense. The crown still rules, but only because no one is quite ready to test whether it can still crush rebellion. Kings like Aegon V don't rule through spectacle or terror. They rule through careful alliances, restrained force, and the constant threat of what the realm might descend into if order collapses. The Targaryens are no longer gods. They are administrators of a fragile peace, balancing noble houses that are growing more confident by the year. Without dragons, power becomes quieter and more dangerous. Punishment is slower, justice is messier, and legitimacy is always under question. That's why tournaments matter, why titles matter, why perception matters. Nobles don't fear incineration anymore. They fear humiliation, loss of standing, and political isolation. The Targaryens survive by keeping the great houses competing with one another rather than uniting against the throne. This is also why characters like Dunk and Egg are so important to the story. Egg isn't just a squire. He's a reminder that the blood of the dragon still exists, walking among common men, stripped of spectacle but not significance. Through him, we see how thin the line has become between royalty and irrelevance. The crown's power depends on restraint, not dominance. Every harsh decision risks rebellion. Every soft decision risks appearing weak. And unlike later eras, there is no nuclear option waiting in the wings, no dragons to end debates, no absolute authority to silence dissent. This is a Westeros where politics replaces prophecy, and honor can still destabilize the realm. The absence of dragons doesn't make the Targaryens weaker in name, it makes their rule more precarious in practice. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms isn't about the fall of the Targaryens, but about the moment when their power becomes human, negotiable, and vulnerable. It shows us a dynasty living on borrowed fear and inherited prestige, trying to hold a continent together with memory instead of fire. And that's what makes this era so compelling, because every act of defiance, every moral stand, and every mistake carries the quiet question hanging over the throne. If someone pushes hard enough, will the crown still hold?